As far as comics, by the time I was in high school, when I wasn't reading the Boondocks, I remember I was huge into Spawn, Image Comics had just come out, and I was really not like reading. Like I read comic strips, but I wasn't reading comic books.
Yeah.
There was just books full of drawings, and I would copy things out of those drawings, out of those books, and draw 'em. But I wasn't really reading them and following them. But I would just buy random comics
Yeah.
off the shelf. I wasn't following stories or anything like that early on. As far as art, fine art, I think I was just taking it. Oh, do you know what? Honestly, I was huge into like graffiti, like tagging. Like my favorite movie at that time was like Star Wars. My brother just got two turntables and like he was collecting records and I was allowed to touch them, but I couldn't play with them, At that time, music was huge for me. So like I remember I was really into trying to like draw these logos. Like I thought like the Def Squad had the dopest logo because you remember the
Yes.
Def Squad had the three blocks.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought So Def had the worst logo on earth.
It's like, what is these
No,
Afro puffs?
yeah, no hate on Jermaine Dupri, but like actively, I would just look at these logos because there was a hip hop aesthetic, but there was a refinement as far as an illustrative approach that I found really engaging. And so I had comics, I had illustration that caught my eye that I kind of clung to. I remember often kind of having a relationship between graffiti that I would see in books. Like, you would see the Polaroids of full like buses stacked up and walls and things like that. I can't even remember the name of the magazines, but I would relate those to like album covers I would see where like I would write out names and do textual things
Yeah.
and like draw these things that I felt like were iconic. So that ended up being something I remember really clinging on to, like copying comics and making up logos. And I don't even know what I was going to do with it. I don't know what I was thinking. I just thought it was cool, I guess. But
No,
yeah,